Hello everyone and welcome to the quarterfinals of Pro Tour Philadelphia 2011 with me, your host Richard Hagan, and Pro Tour historian Mr. Brian David Marshall. You are looking at Mr. Sam Black of Madison, Wisconsin, the level 6 pro who is here with Mono Blue Poison. Such an exciting deck. Blink and you could miss it. And he will be facing another American. It's an all-USA clash to get us rolling here on Pro Tour Sunday. He is playing Mr. Jesse Hampton, the 22-year-old from Washington. There you see him. He is getting braced to go. A professional gamer by trade. He will not fear the lights. So let us get you to the action. Away they go. Hampton just gearing up for those final moments that players can go on table one.
I believe Sam's resolving a mulligan right now.
Okay.
And it looks like he is going to keep this hand.
And we are away with a post. And Sam, on the left of your screen, Island, Ponder. And he'll look at the top three, reorder them. He can send them packing. Or say thanks very much, I'll have that. You can see there's a Dragonstorm and Progenitus already in hand.
It was very funny when we first saw the decks, wandering around early on day one. It wasn't clear, we saw Dragonstorm, and we're like, wait, is this a hybrid deck? Are they running red rituals, and are they going to, Seething Song into Dragonstorm? No. They just have Dragonstorm because you can peer through depths for it. Indeed.
Get an instant or a sorcery. So Sam resolves his Ponder, and Jesse will get a second turn. That's exciting. We saw the occasional turn one kill. There you see Jesse's hand.
You're not going to see that from Sam's deck, though.
No. So there's a Vesuva, the post 9 through 12. It becomes a copy of whichever land. So there's a Signet. That's what Vincent Lemoine did just before he died. Sam, on turn 2, makes his Blighted Agent. So it's 1-1.
Unblockable Infect.
Yeah. So that's phase 2 of the plan.
So do we have a Through the Breach for Mr. Hampton?
Does not look like he's got one in hand.
I mean, through the Breach would be just, he could put an Emrakul into play. There's 4 in the deck and just attack and wipe out all of Sam's permanents.
Mm-hmm. Sam, I do not believe, has Blazing Shoal right now. Hampton, Dryad Arbor. He's going to... There you see the Dryad.
No, but he does have Beast Attack. Beast Within, I should say. Beast Attack would not be nearly as good.
No. Quite expensive and not as efficient. You see Max Sherblum in the background there. The Finn who got to 12-0. Before his first defeat of the weekend. There's Black. Looking at his cards, he looks like he's going to play that island on the left. There it is. So that's land number 3. He's got Preordain, Dragonstorm and Progenitus in hand, which having multiple is kind of unexciting. Hampton, very, very patient as a player. One of these, you see players like the Brian Kibler effect where you're shuffling the cards over and over and over as an aid to thought, and Hampton's just super calm, barely moves a muscle at the table.
Sam's playing a Preordain, just ships 2 lands to the bottom.
Mm-hmm. And off the top, that looks like a Spell Pierce. Blighted Agent attacks 4-1. Just 9 to go then. That's the clock right there. Muddle the Mixture on the left of Sam's hand. There's a Peer Through Depths as well. See Hampton with Ulamog the Infinite Gaia. A couple of overgrown battlements. Another post.
So he has 1 Cloud Post, 2 Glimmer Posts. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Those are Vesuvas.
They are, yeah.
Okay. Well, he's actually able to make 9 mana this turn.
as he has
Oh, 10
Gruul
mana.
Signet sitting there. 1 becomes 2 with that.
And then actually hasn't played a land this turn.
So I'm just getting rid of a little bit of dust and grime from a corner of his blighted agent. It is blighted, I suppose. We have Richard Miller keeping his eye on all the other 3 quarterfinals for us, so you won't miss out on what's going on there, and we'll get to them as we're able.
Plays Dryad Arbor, passes the turn.
And there's Peer Through Depths at end of turn from Sam. So it's the top 5 this time, and he gets to find what looks suspiciously like it might be a Blazing Shoal. So Sam will untap. We know he has Dragonstorm and Progenitus in hand already. Inkmoth Nexus. Sam will attack. And then he will reveal Blazing Shoal and Progenitus.
And what's great about the mono blue version of this deck is he has, a lot of protection in the form of counterspells.
So there's let's go for Beast Within. And Sam says let's not go for Beast Within. Let's muddle that mixture. Good game, and that is 1-0 to Sam Black. So you see exactly what he did. He didn't need to dig for his +9 or +10 with Dragonstorm or Progenitus. He just ran his 1/1 guy out there. He has 8 of them. 4 of them are 1 and a blue blighted agent. 4 of them are lands in Inkmoth Nexus. And then he just says, you know what? Blazing Shoal, thank you very much. I found it with all that Ponder and Preordain action. And then Peer Through Depths finally finds the Blazing Shoal for me. And that is good enough.
Players reach for their sideboards.
Let's get the sideboards up, please. BDM on board for Black and Hampton, either order.
So one of the when we talked to Travis about this deck in the deck tech, one of the things that was exciting for him about being red was the fact that he could play Grove of the Burn Willows as a red source in his deck, and then after sideboard have a card like Punishing Fire. And this is while Punishing Fire is not super exciting against zoo decks.
Okay, so let's
Blighted
take
Agent, it's pretty exciting.
Sure. Let's take a look at the sideboards that we've got. And we're going to let you kind of play along at home here. So we're not going to say too much. Just take a look at Sam Black's sideboard. This is what he's got to work with. So remember, he's up against Breach Post. He's got 3 Vondilian Clique, couple of Jace Beleren, the full package of Spellskite, which is particularly useful potentially against Splinter Twin, couple of Deprive, extra counterspells, Trick Bind, Singleton Echoing Truth, so if you're up against little goblins, you can get to bounce them all 14 of them back. You're still at 6, but hey. 1 Slaughter Pact and a Dismember. So what's that kind of set up as a whole to deal with, do you reckon?
I think Sam's probably going to bring in his Vendilion Clicks. Might bring in, I don't know if he's going to bring in a Trick Bind or anything like that, but he's certainly looking at the Click. He may go with Spellscates, depending on how the playtesting went, if he feels that, the spot removal that Jesse's bringing in is something that is going to be a problem for him.
Okay, well, let's take a look at Jesse Hampton's sideboard then. So, at home, take a moment to see what you think he might be doing. We've got a couple of Seal of Primordium, Seal of Naturalize, if you will, Kasali Pride Mage, Kasali Naturalize, if you will, 3 Chalice of the Void, it's been around forever, Fire Spout, the board sweeper, Punishing Fire, so that already, he's got the Grove of the Burn Willows already in the deck, and then the Punishing Fire can come in to complete that little combo, couple of Dismembers, and Brooding Saurian, that's an interesting card that's one of those sort of metagamed
Sure.
cards.
One of the things that, and we don't see it in Sam's deck, despite the fact that he's playing a blue deck. A lot of people are playing Bribery in their decks because, again, you have all this search to be able to dig through your deck and find stuff. So even like 1 Bribery, they were able to steal people's Emeralds. So, as a result, a lot of these decks are running Brooding Saurian, which they can Green Sun Zenith for. It looks like, well, there's one Brooding Saurian, but a lot of times they have 5 Brooding Saurians in the form of 4 Green Sun Zeniths. But we're not going to see that card in play here. I think we're going to see
Sure.
Punishing Fire, Dismember.
Yep.
Possibly even a Seal of Primordium. The artifact lands, the Inkmoth Nexus becomes an artifact creature.
Indeed it does. So that would go away. So there we are. Those are the two sideboards. Players getting ready for Game 2. And we will bring you, as I say, the action from elsewhere as we get it from our on-floor spotter, Rashard Miller. Remember that Sherblum is up against Nakajima. I think that's going to be quite an interesting one. Then you've got Estrati against Prost and Utter Leighton against Portaro.
Right, the burning question of who wins in a fight between Twin and Ascension.
And it looks like Alessandro Portaro has taken the opening game. That is 1-0 to Portaro over Josh Utter Leighton.
So again, remember, one of the big things about Josh's deck is his the fact that he gets to play 4 sideboarded games. Although I think they are probably a little surprised that he did not win Game 1. And yeah, they seemed very, very confident about that match.
So there you see the front table. Black and Hampton getting ready to rock and roll for Game 2. And Portaro, the only other player who currently has a victory to his name. In the background there, you can see Sherblum up against his Japanese opponent, Chikara Nakajima. For full text coverage of that, you can watch Dave Sutcliffe's blow-by-blow account later on today. And there's Hampton. Looks in no difficulty at all. Would not guess that he was in a Pro Tour top 8. And certainly nothing to give away, which is good because Sam Black is equally a player who gives nothing away in terms of body language at the table.
Yeah, but both of these players are very quiet physically.
Yeah. Except Sam Black when he made the top 8, when he danced before the Pro Tour, which is a memory that will linger.
I told Sam it was the first time I think I'd ever seen him look truly happy.
That's possibly
he
true.
didn't actually disagree with me.
No, indeed. So, looks like we are getting ready to rock and roll. Here we go. There's a Talaria West in Sam's hand there on the left that we saw. And there's Jesse Hampton, Mountain, Glimmer Post, we see. Suva, he's got Oracle of Moldiah, Wall of Roots, Fire Spout. So Fire Spout has come in. So I guess he's hoping that he's going to get an extra turn when the Blighted Agent is there on the board and he can just wipe it on turn 3. So Sam's going to get full information here with Gitaxian Probe.
Let's all look at his hand.
Yeah, let's. So there you see it in glorious high definition, at least on my monitor. Wall of Roots, Fire Spout, Oracle of Moldiah, Vesuva, a Post and a Mountain. So the pause is Sam writing the cards down. Now, you do it in the top 8, you should do it at home. You know what? It's just, why not? You've been given pen and paper, use it. And it's something that people used to, I think people have sort of gradually got into that habit, because you go back 3 or 4 years, that was almost like a badge of shame. It's like, you know, you start writing things out. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Can't you remember my 4 cards? Like, no, I'm writing them down. Then I'm going to cross them out as you play them.
The thing that I don't like is when people like, you know, when you're playing a friendly game and it's like, oh, could you play face up? It's like, no, I need that tactile sensation of having the cards in my hand. Just write it down.
It's called my hand. It's not called my table.
Yeah. So, got a little bit of information about the Josh Utter Leighton Game 1 against Alessandro. It looks like, you know, Josh had Goifs and was trying to race against the combo, trying to race against him getting set up.
Sure.
And he did have a Path to Exile to break it up, but he couldn't get that through Spellscape.
Sure. So Jesse, with 2 basic land in play, what's going on there? And a Wall of Roots comes down. So that 0-5, that goes all the way back to Mirage, like 1997 originally.
Right.
But he's playing with a Mirage version of the Wall of Roots. So it's 0-5, and he gets to put it reduces the toughness by 1 each time he uses it for 1 green mana. He can do it once per turn.
Do you remember the Nambo with Wall of Roots?
Oh, go on. Go on.
It was a brief rumor on the internet that if you played Stasis and skipped your untap step, and had a magma mine and a wall of roots. There was no opportunity because
this.
you could remove all the counters in some
The edge
imaginary phase.
Yeah, where all the cards were on their sides. Yeah, okay.
It didn't actually work.
No. I think it worked for one tournament.
It did.
So, preordain from Sam. He's drawn himself into a ponder. He's used Talaria West as a straight-up land. Remember, it transmutes. That's part of the reason that the Talaria West is in the deck, because he
It
can...
becomes a Summoner's Pact.
Yeah. So we have another game score to bring you. I can tell you that Andre Prost of the United States, with his Pyromancer Ascension deck, has taken the lead over the Italian player Samuele Strati. So, there's a glimmer post from
I will gain a
Hampton.
life.
Because that's so important.
Oh. Nice.
Taps all 3 lands, removes a counter.
For now, we'll get dice.
Sam, ever pragmatic.
Yeah, this will do fine. And so there's Oracle of Moldiah, and you can see just at the top of your screen that that is an Emrakul the Eon's Torn waiting on top of Hampton's deck. And Hampton just about to pass the turn. Go, I think that's almost the first word he said in the match. Sam Black nearest to us. Looks at a full grip. Going to lay an island.
Go.
And Blighted Agent is into play. So now we have Grove of the Burn Willows on top for Hampton, which he gets to put into play off Oracle of Moldiah. There's another land on top. It's Misty Rainforest.
Land drop for the turn.
And things are getting out of range of any kind of 1-mana counter spell Sam might have here.
So you just the 1 counter on Wall of Roots right now. We're about to see some red zone action. We are indeed. Sam going from 17 down to 15.
15, convenient.
Oh, wait. I know a card that deals 15.
And Jesse does not wait for Sam to untap to use his Beast Within.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't want you to have access to any other counter spells other than maybe a...
Go.
We are such liars. I'm so sorry. Oh, Andre Prost did not win game 1.
Oh, no.
It was Samuele Strati who takes game 1. Correction from the floor.
5 in hand?
6, actually.
Okay.
Double Blazing Shoal on the Beast Within token.
That would be quite fun. Hampton looking at the board. It's not a particularly busy board, as many are
No,
not.
this is a pretty narrowly focused game, right? Like both players are honed in on one plan. Oh, there's a Spellscape. Sam also found an Inkmoth Nexus with his Preordain.
And he has Dragonstorm and Progenitus in hand again, as he did in game 1.
Sounds like Max Schlblom got his Pyromancer Ascension online, while Chikara Nakajima, who's playing the Affinity deck, only had 2 permanents in play.
Probably not sufficient.
Yeah.
Card is 5.
So Sherblom leads by 1-0.
Draw my turn.
Strati leads by 1-0.
See a Dismember get drawn by Hampton.
At the end of this game.
20.
So it sounds like we're going to try to check in on the Josh Otter late match after this game here. But these guys seem to have hunkered down a little bit. Okay.
Hampton lays stomping ground, untapped, so that'll be to completely irrelevant life. Well, probably irrelevant life.
Highly probably irrelevant life.
Yeah. Do you feel we're covered now?
Yeah.
I feel we are.
I will have to check with Hasbro Legal, but
Oracle of Muldiah, 1 counter on the Wall of Root, so it's a 0-4 right now. Up against Beast Within token, 3-3, and your Spellskite.
one of the things I was talking to Travis about this deck is with the Wall of Roots and the Overgrown Battlements, this is a deck that has really never feared giving their opponents a 3-3 Beast token.
Indeed. Something else it doesn't need to fear because of those Overgrown Battlements are all the non-basic lands and mountains cards.
Right.
The Magus of the Moon and your Blood Moon.
I've seen Emrakul cast off of a full set of Overgrown Battlements.
Yeah, absolutely. Vincent Lemoyne certainly went 3/6/9 and 6 mountains. 15, thanks.
Sure.
Sam has played some 1-mana spell that lets him preordain. There we go.
2 preordain. Bruce, we do not have the overhead on the quad shot at all. It is the camera that's missing. So every time you go away from the overhead, we no longer have it in any way.
It's like Sam.
We don't. What we have is some very strange camera from behind table 1. So I think we've got the jib on our right-hand screen. We do not have overhead when you move away from overhead.
Sam looking.
Thank you.
Let's keep.
Another Spellskite from Sam.
Interestingly, doesn't actually make an effort to attack for 1 poison with his Inkmoth Nexus. He knows it's sort of an all or nothing proposition. He's not going to get 10 turns to whittle him down.
Sure. Wall of Roots is revealed on top for Hampton, courtesy of Oracle of Muldiah.
Yep.
And this looks like Seal of Primordium, so there's sideboard action from Jesse. He's got Fire Spout in hand. Looks like he has both Eldrazi now. He's got Emrakul and also Alamog the Infinite Gaia.
Right, and a Dismember.
Ponder, drawn from Sam and immediately cast. Sure, says Hampton. And we see Peer Through Depths, Blighted Agent, and Ponder on top. And with that Seal of Primordium now, as you said, with Inkmoth Nexus becoming an artifact creature, Hampton's doing pretty okay in this one.
Well, there's still 2 Spellskates to deal with.
Yeah. And that's where 4 toughness comes in handy.
How many cards?
4.
Fire Spout, Dismember, double Eldrazi.
Go.
Rashad, a bit more about what's happening elsewhere. It doesn't have to be game map results, just the stuff that's happening, please.
There's a Wall of Roots for Jesse.
Go ahead.
And pass the turn. We've got nothing at end of turn, no Peer, which is what Sam has now just drawn.
Yeah, I think Sam actually kept a Preordain on top there.
Sure.
So on the back table, it looks like Josh has gotten halfway done in game 2 with Potara. He's gotten down to 10, but it sounds like the combo is trying to claw its way
Yeah, that's the kind of half.
into board dominance.
Yeah, it's the kind of halfway that doesn't really feel like halfway.
I like Sam Black's idea of halfway a lot better.
Is it 0?
No, deal 10.
Ah, yes, very good.
All right, Sam's digging.
Go.
Sideboard action on the very back table. Samuel Estradi against Andre Prost. Estradi trying to assemble the Splinter Twin combo. He's got engineered explosives down with the Sunburst mechanic. That's what engineered explosive has, and that's set to 2. And that has Andre Prost in trouble with his Pyromancer Ascension costing 2. So Estrati 1-0 up over Prost and in reasonable shape in game 2. Sherblum 1 up over Nakajima in Ascension against Affinity. Artalayton 1 down and possibly in trouble in game 2. We will take you to their game 3 at the conclusion of this game, where Sam Black leads 1-0. There you see him on your screen. Flick, 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 flick.
You have 2 in hand?
Five.
In hand?
Oh, now that's optimistic, Jesse. Do you have 2 cards in hand? No, 5.
Yes, and another 3.
Sherblum has his Pyromancer Ascension against Nakajima. Nakajima, meanwhile, has Atog with cranial plating on. Now, here we see a fire spout from Jesse. Who still has 4 additional cards in hand.
And he's looking to get rid of those spell skates right here. And, oh, the Blinded Agent, which was hiding off to the top.
Yep.
This is
Go.
Peer Through Depths.
Sure.
Peer Through Depths from Sam. Looks like he basically found 4 land and a Muddle the Mixture, which is a nice, easy not choice.
Another Bladed Agent for Sam. Lurking 6 cards down.
The top of the screen. Sam's other island is, yeah, that's a bit better thing. Yeah, it's the North Nexus, wasn't it? So Sam with 3 islands, Talaria West now just basically
Oh, this is
an
the-
island and Inkmoth Nexus. Double Spell Guide.
Oracle
Hampton.
Moldai is now dead. The top of the deck is turned face down.
It looks like we might be closing in on the first Primeval Titan of the proceedings. Looks like another Blighted Agent from Sam.
Jesse draws a Signet, which we had seen on top of his deck. Blighted Agent was trying to lurk in the wings, but
It's unblockable,
steps-
not invisible.
yeah, he steps out on stage. All right. Sounds like Josh Arlayton was able to complete the back half of the 10 damage, and a Unified Will was able to hold off the combo. Here comes Primeval Titan.
There it is.
That's fine.
I guess the excitement of seeing the Titans back in M12 was not as much as when they appeared in M11, but the excitement of playing them is still
Yeah.
just as fine.
Yeah. I just got to add a foil Primeval Titan to my commander deck. Pretty
Ooh.
excited.
Who's your general?
Momir Vig.
Oh, that's right.
For now.
The Simic Visionary.
Yes. Get a couple of posts. And I believe he's saying, kill me now or forever hold your peace.
Josh Utter-Leighton back to 1-1 against his Italian opponent. Istrati still leads for Italy over the United States, 1-0 over Andre Prost. Sherblom of Finland leads Nakajima 1-0.
Go.
And are we heading towards endgame in game 2 here? Black against Hampton. Sam draws. 6 cards in hand. He has Dragonstorm. He has Progenitus. He has what is about to be a transmuted Muddle the Mixture. Sure. And that fetches up Blazing Shoal, because the transmute, it costs 2.
Right, you don't look at the X.
Nope. Nakajima equalizes against Pyromancer Ascension. A second cranial plating comes down to equalize at 1-1.
This looks 2-0 Sam here to me.
Here comes the Blighted Agent. We've seen the Blazing Shoal go into hand. No blocks. Blazing Shoal. Pitching Dragonstorm. Seal of Primordium. Takes out a Spellskite. Counter Wall of Roots.
15.
Dismember the Blighted
14,
Agent. I'm
30.
going to send it
Yep.
to my Spellskite, and that is enough for 2-0 to Sam Black of the United States.
Jesse made him go through the motions. He's like, I know you know this, but
But let's just do this thing.
just do it.
Absolutely. So 2-0 to Sam Black. Let us take you across to the players in the background. Table B, we are going to take you to Josh Utter-Leighton against Alessandro
Some of the
Portaro.
sleeves have gotten bent and shuffling, and I have some more that I
So
left on
the
table
Team
over there,
Channel
so
5 will man the 25-year-old from San Jose, California. You see there the Italian Alessandro Portaro. Now, BDM, I think this guy is really dangerous in the top 8. You know why? Have you seen his top 8 portrait? This guy is over the moon to be here today, and there's nothing more dangerous than the guy who just fears nothing because he's just bouncing around going, I'm in the top 8, I'm in the top 8, that's right, and I'm just going to play and play and play.
I am far more scared of someone like Josh Utter-Leighton or Sam Black, who sits there very quietly
Okay.
and just gives you the death stare.
To be fair, Portaro doesn't look like he's bouncing around right now. I'll give you that one. So there is Alessandro Portaro. See what I mean?
Pretty great picture.
Ta-da! See? Awesome. Good on him. 5-1 in draft, 7-2 and 1 in modern. Did not play any of the top 8 along the way. Sometimes the format works out where you're playing them all round and round in the last 3 or 4 rounds, but he avoided them all. Only 21 from Rome in Italy. Qualified by finishing second at a Pro Tour qualifier. It wasn't that the winner couldn't go and it cascaded down or anything.
Sure.
It was a 2-slotter. It was big enough for
Is
that.
that Italian national?
I think so. So
Yeah.
hundreds of players in that one. So he made it in. Then let's take a look at his opponent, Josh Utter-Leighton. There you see him, Raptor, as he's known on Magic
right.
Online.
Dominating Magic Online player and a former U.S. national champion.
Level 7 Pro, heading towards this will take him into Hall of Fame territory at 100. He'll be able to vote next year. You'll be able to vote for him next year. Although he won't have played for, what is 10 years? That's the
Correct,
That's
10
the pitch.
years.
I wonder when he started his first Pro Tour was. So he's got a way to go, but he'll be able to vote next year. Top 8 at Grand Prix Dallas this year. Interesting, all 3 PTs and GPs, he's lost his quarterfinal. But he has gone all the way, and as you say, that's US Nationals last year.
Finally broke through in San Juan.
And again, just missed out there. Now, he actually has pretty much, Josh, the best record of any of the top 8 in modern. He was 8-1 and then an intentional draw. And he's played quite a few of the top 8. He lost to Max Sherblom of Finland in the draft portion of the event. Okay, that's fine, we're not drafting here, but he then got revenge on Sherblom by winning in modern, and he's also defeated Andre Prost in modern. So looks entirely possible that if he finds Ascension in his way, or
Right.
either of those players in his way, he could be in good shape. As you see-
And with Sam Black up 2-0, this was what the Channel Fireball guys were rooting for. Obviously they would like to see Sam, do well, but they also want to see Josh go through him.
Yeah.
They felt he had a better matchup.
they want Sam to do just well enough to get annihilated by their man in the semi-finals.
Correct.
Yeah, well, that seems perfectly reasonable of them. So, Josh flicking through his hand, you see a Noble Hierarch there, Misty Rainforest, Dryad Arbor. One rules question that came up, but by and large it's been very smooth this weekend in terms of rules interactions. When you have a big format and unknown format, you think there's going to be a lot of toing and froing about, combos that don't work or whatever. Turned out one of the few things that came up was a Dryad Arbor under the conditions of a Blood Moon, and people going, well, it doesn't die, so you can't kill a mountain. And no, well, it is a mountain. It's a 1/1 mountain. That means it has toughness. That means it goes to the bin. Bye. And a couple of people were caught out by that in the early rounds. But, that would certainly not be Josh Utter-Leighton.
Josh is hoping to accumulate more top 8s in his career than words he's said on camera.
So, are we counting US Nationals as a top 8? Yes. Okay, so 1 there. Then is 3 GPs, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. So if he wins, we're going to struggle to get a sentence out of him, aren't we? in the post-show wrap. He's such a nice guy, though, so unassuming. And what's so terrifying about him is that he has this crazy busy job. He works 50, 60 hours a week. He plays maybe half a dozen hours of Magic a week, if he's lucky. And then he kind of clears the decks and, becomes the hermit and sort of tries to get himself up to speed. If this guy was playing the amount of Magic that some of our, particularly our Magic Online players are doing, wow.
Well, I mean, he that's where he got his chops, right? Like, that's where he honed his craft on Magic Online.
Absolutely. So, Portaro, on the right of screen, is going to mulligan again. That's not good news. So he is down to 5, the 21-year-old from Rome. You see in the background Estrati in the blue and white checks. And a very smart Andre Prost from Anchorage, Alaska, 19-year-old. He won a Pro Tour qualifier with 30 players.
Ah.
The thing is, on the one hand, you think, great, let's move to Alaska. And then you think, oh, and then get beaten by him.
Well, he's not going to be playing in the next qualifier.
Move to Alaska? Ski lodge? They have ski lodges in Alaska.
I don't know, cross-country skiing, perhaps.
Oh, the Nordic combined.
Sure.
Yeah.
So double Pyromancer's Ascension with 3 Lightning Bolts, and 2 counters on the Ascension was enough for Prost to even up his match against Estrati on one of the back tables. So take 18.
So right now, we're kind of down to best of 3s everywhere, except Black against Hampton, where Hampton is in a hole,
right?
And it's a hole he knew he would be in.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're underway in their game 3 on the back table also, or I guess they're on the front table or on the back table right now.
Yeah, Sam Black off camera is busy pondering. I still think that's one of the best card names ever because I've never seen anyone ponder and not ponder. No one ever casts that thing and goes, ta-da, bang.
I gotta tell you, I got a chance to watch John Finkel playing the Pyromancer Swath / Ascension deck.
Would this be John Finkel top 16 of this Pro Tour?
Correct.
Just checking.
And watching him play that deck, he actually was so crisp. And watching him do his ponders, he just look at his cards, put one there, do this, do that, shuffle, preordain.
Yeah, but you can't use John Finkel as an example of anything in Magic other than being a genius.
I just wanted to talk about John Finkel getting to the top 16 of the Pro Tour.
Okay, I thought you did that beautifully, may I say. He will also crop up, unsurprisingly, in the top 10 Americans that we'll be showing you later on, which turns out to make very pleasing reading if you are from this country. American Magic in very good shape right now. Some very, very good players.
We are going for a Nassif Chapin moment here from Portaro. He's going down to 4.
Well, we saw yesterday an Italian.
Oh, tell this story.
Emmanuel Adristi against Sam Black, mulligan to 3 on the play, began with turn 1 go, and won the game. He drew into a forest, cast his Lanoir Elf, which was one of his 3 cards in hand. Then he drew into a Garrett's Companion, cast that, proceeds to go 16, 12. Sam has a bit of mana issues, sticks at 2, but it's okay. He's got Elixir of Immortality out, so he's going to be fine. And eventually, Sam finds a rampant growth. He goes to 8, then he goes to 4, and then at 4, he casts Manolith and then taps it for Deathmark to take out the Garrett's Companion. And the only card that Emmanuel Adristi had was Stave Off for the Garrett's Companion, untap, 4-0. Thank you very much. 3 cards on the play. Didn't even need the Pacifism that was my 3rd card. I just beat you with a 2-card hand, functionally. Ridiculous. Giusti's very good, by the way. We've seen 2 Italians here in the top 8, and Giusti's now a multiple Grand Prix winner. And he was in contention till deep in day 2, just suffered a couple of losses back in Modern, playing Living End.
Right. I like the top 8 co-op that the Italians have. We never really seem to see the same player twice. But we've been seeing a lot of them for the last couple seasons.
Yep.
They have some kind of cohabitation arrangement set up.
Do they?
Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it 2 weeks of the year. You take it the other week.
Oh, okay.
This is my event.
A timeshare.
A timeshare.
Got
yes.
you. So we are away. Josh Utterlayden has Misty Rainforest, which he's going to crack straight away.
And make Noble Hierarch.
Okay. And we've got Scalding Tarn on the other side for Portaro, which is going to go away.
I was talking on the deck tech for Countercat with Brian Kibler, and he was talking about Noble Hierarch. And he said that one of the starting points for this deck was his Pro Tour Austin winning deck.
Sure.
Which, he's like, every single one of those cards was legal in the modern format, right? He's like, I could have played the same exact 75 if I wanted to. One of the changes he definitely wanted to make was he played with 3 Noble Hierarchs in that deck. And he's like, I absolutely wanted to have 4 in this deck.
Yeah, Ben Rubin instrumental in the origins of that 2009 Pro Tour winning deck. Second land for Portaro.
Looks like they are shuffling up on the back table there for the Sam Black match. I feel like that means Jesse won that. I saw him punishing fire, a Blighted Agent, and then I looked away to see this match, and then I turned back and they were shuffling. I'm assuming that there was a Through the Breach involved.
So there you see Josh's hand. Josh Utterlayden, Wildner Cattle. Looks like Kasali Pride Mage is there for him. Dryad Arbor. I believe that's a Unified Will as well. Tectonic Edge. So the Noble Hierarch will go in, Exalted, yet another keyword that we're seeing in Modern. We were looking through some of the key cards in Modern, and it's so exciting that they really do come from everywhere through the history of the legal format.
10th edition was a stretch.
Oh, really?
Yeah, 10th edition was a stretch.
What did you find? Forest?
I don't remember exactly what card it was, but 10th was not the most fertile ground. Yeah.
Was it the most rampant growth?
It may have been. Future Sight was quite a winner.
Quite saucy.
Yeah.
We're going to see some Tarmogoyf action from Josh Utterlayden in this match from Future Sight.
See, I am punishing fire from Portaro there, killing the Noble Hierarch. So, Chikara Nakajima played his entire handout on turn 1 in his game. Had nothing left. Drew, played Atog.
Nice.
drew, played fling. Game over.
Yeah. That'll be affinity then. Paul Rietzel just got very excited. So we're back with Josh Utter-Leighton looking at Wild Cattle, Hallowed Fountain and Forest. Opposite 3 land for Portaro. Portaro struggling off many, many mulligans in this one.
Yeah, he had a 4-card hand to work with. He's used a Punishing Fire to take down a Noble Hierarch.
Prost and Estrati in the background, still tied at 1-1.
15, right?
Dryad Arbor for Josh.
And Josh just says go. No,
Laid his Dryad Arbor, then passed. He's got these 2 Unified Wills in hand right now.
Yep.
Kasali Pride Mage as well.
Okay.
So there's a Spell's Guide. And Josh can... I'm going to do something about that. Yep, out comes Unified Will. It says, tell you what, my 1 Wild Cattle is more than you've got, but there's going to be remand back the other way from Portaro, which means that the Italian will get his Spell's Guide and will draw a card off the remand. And he now knows that Josh Utter-Leighton has 1 Unified Will. As yet, he has no clue about the other. Stomping Ground was the draw for Josh.
it looks like there's 1 card left in Portaro's hand.
I believe that's what he drew from the remand. So Tarmogoyf, double Unified Will, Kasali Pride Mage.
We were talking about Sam and Jesse being very physically quiet players, and while Josh is very quiet vocally, his hands are constantly in motion while he's playing.
Yes.
He's constantly sifting and sorting and imposing some sort of order on the cards in his hand. Plays a Kasali Pride Mage and
Walkers.
attacks, kills the Spellskite.
4 damage.
Prost struggled in game 3 on the back table to assemble his Pyromancer Ascension combo. Estrati, meanwhile, had Pact of Negation. Now, obviously, you need to pay for that somewhere down the line, except somewhere down the line never comes. So Samuel Estrati leads by 2-1 over Andre Prost.
I just want to pause for just a moment. Had you just played the Dryad Arbor?
No,
No. Okay. Were you using play?
I played this as my last
Yeah.
turn.
Okay. Cool. You may continue.
Punishing Fire on the Dryad Arbor. So here we go. Wild Nicottle just... Oh, did you stumble? You mulliganed a couple times? Well, I've got a Wild Nicottle.
In. Portaro down to 11. And as Conley Woods will tell you, those lands, they can kill you. Portaro now down to 8. There's Tectonic Edge. There's Tarmogoyf. And in a format like this, that's always a reasonable threat. So Portaro is in trouble to the extent that it is done. So 2-1 to Josh Utter-Leighton of the United States. And we are going to take you to the table at the back there. You see Andre Prost and his Italian opponent shuffling up for their game 4, Samuele Estrati. That is where we're going to take you next. We will take a look at those 2 players. In this one, Estrati leads by 2-1. Josh Utter-Leighton leads 2-1 now over Alessandro Portaro. Nakajima is 2-1 up over Max Sherblum. And Sam Black, in some ways surprisingly, is still playing because Jesse Hampton took out the 3rd game in that one, and they're underway in their game 4. So let's head on back to the back corner of the lot, as it were. to show you what's going on in that match between Andre Prost and Samuela Estrati. There we are. Estrati is on the left. Profiles, please. Yes, please. Let's take a look.
Yep.
I love that picture too. He's like, that is him in real life. He's a real kind of joker and just really likes to kind of play around with things. And he likes the absurdity of, you know, here I am in a different country playing cards for fun. Oh, and by the way, tens of thousands of dollars. And that is a really good representative picture of him. He's a lovely guy.
8-1-1 in modern.
Yeah, equaling the best record in modern with Josh Utter-Leighton, playing Splendid Twin, of course, 8-1-1, did not play any of the others in the top 8. He's got 55 lifetime pro points, successive years he made the top 4 of nationals, and he got it right in the sense that he made it onto the team for his hometown worlds in Rome. He comes from Pistoia, in Italy. I hope I haven't mispronounced that too badly. I accidentally accused him of being the national champion, which Marcelo Calvezzo was less than excited by, as several Facebook friends pointed out, thanks to Matteo Orsini-Jones for that one. So that's Estrati. And you see these ages, 25, and how much, we talk about experience on the Sunday stage, but how much does life experience matter? We're seeing Magic players getting a little bit older, and you see someone like Andre Prost, who's only 19, whereas Estrati at 25, he's just had that extra life.
I think when you've played a lot of Magic, I mean, you learn how to sort of just weather the storm, right? You're like, oh, I mulliganed, and oh, I mulliganed again, and you see players just become very matter of fact about those things. Just make the decisions you need to make, play the game you're supposed to play, even if it doesn't work out. If you made the right decision, right? You know, and you can replicate that time and time again, then that's going to be great for you.
It's something that John Finkel talked about saying that basically the right decision is always the right decision, and you keep making it even if you get the wrong result.
What? Yeah.
So, we're ready to go in this match. They say Andre Prost.
I assumed when you brought over the camera and stuff.
He did not have a great modern event. 6-3-1, but he's 6-0 draft.
Yeah, went 1-2 to begin with, and then 10 straight wins. Wow, pretty awesome.
So it starts 1-2, goes, gets 10 more, and then gets to draw in the last round.
Understood.
Just keeping an eye
So
on the...
there he is in real life, not posing for the camera. It looks like it. So they are just getting ready for Game 4 with Estrati 2-1 up. I can tell you that black on the front table has Blighted Agent into play. He has peered through depths. Does not look like he has everything he needs in hand, though.
True one.
So Max Schulblum's very deep in the tank right now. Once again, Chikara Nakajima just played out 7 cards on turn 1, or I guess 8 cards on turn 1 since he won the last game.
Sure.
Then drew Arcbound Ravager, which was Flame Slashed, and then Nakajima drew Arcbound Ravager. So Schulblum wants a moment to think about things. Oh, that's the win for Nakajima.
So by 3-1, your first semi-finalist is Chikara Nakajima of Japan. He makes it past the Trailblazer, Max Schulblum, who got to 12-0 at the start of this event. But we are underway in Estrati against Prost. You can see sleight of hand has already happened for Estrati. Grove of the Burn Willows and Island from Prost.
You gain 1.
Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. Sam Black is busy assembling his combo with the Summoner's Pact for Progenitors. He's already muddled the mixture, transmuted that for Blazing Shoal. There is a Blighted Agent in play. That is all sounding like many of the keywords that involve Sam Black being in the semi-finals.
Right. Question is going to be whether or not there are multiple answers Pact of Negation. No, and there it is. Sam Black just gets the
Sam
hand.
Black takes the victory by 3 games to 1 over Jesse Hampton. He will be in your Pro Tour Philadelphia semi-finals. 3-1 to Sam Black. So let's concentrate on game 4 here between Estrati and Prost. You see Prost's hand, he's got Remand, Grove of the Burn Willows. I love Remand. Such a great card. Draws Lightning Bolt.
Go ahead.
Plays Grove of the Burn Willows. You see the Pyromancer Ascension at the bottom on the right. And does 2 counters on Engineered Explosives from Estrati. We've seen that earlier in the match. Sunburst for 2, so anytime he wants he can blow that up. And that will get rid of Ascension.
I'll take 2.
Pro says I'm going to take 2.
Go ahead.
I understand, has Estrati not drawn any of his poison creatures?
Stop it.
Where are his wild Nicodles?
Yeah, that's not that game either.
Oh, man. Will there not be any attacking?
Well, there'll be hypothetical attacking. You will see millions of 1/4s attacking.
There'll be saber rattling.
Yeah, we're over here. Do we need to move? We don't. Prost will have something to say about that. 17 each. You see, there's Estrati. Well, looks in quite a lot of pain there, to be fair. And there's Andre Prost. Anchorage, Alaska, the 19-year-old. 9 lifetime pro points. Began playing 2005, the 6-0 drafter. Has not played Estrati yet in this tournament. Beat Sherblum in the mirror. Beat Josh Utter-Leighton down the stretch as well in a must-win. Lost to Jesse Hampton, who is now gone from the tournament. Josh Utter-Leighton still very much alive, 2-1 up over his Italian opponent, Alessandro Portaro. Prost lays land number 6. Passes the turn.
Cards.
And that'll be
Deceiver Exarch.
1-4. That's one of them. Could attack next turn.
Untaps land.
And we're going to blow up Engineered Explosives by the looks of things.
17. Are you at 17?
17.
Yeah, 17, yeah.
So just confirming that it is 17 each.
I only
18,
used it
19,
once.
17.
Yeah,
Something
you went
like
to 18,
press
19.
form. Lunch will be ready at about 12:30.
What changed?
I can hear the players getting advice about the players' lunch.
Always good to know.
I marked the life gain. He was at 19, he went to 17, correct?
So they're just having a little discussion about
I
where they
tapped
are.
the Grove for colorless, because it was remand.
Yeah. Tap the Grove for colourless because it was remand.
Okay. How many cards in your hand?
6.
6.
So we are at 17 all. Much more important how many cards you
Okay,
got.
that's fine.
6. Yes, Engineered Explosives resolves. And now we are away with Samuel Estrati.
He could have
Sure.
bolted. See a preordain, and I believe a Splinter Twin is going to go in hand for.
Knight of the Reliquaries down for Josh Utter-Leighton in his game 4. Spellskite on the other side for Alessandro Portaro. Here, Estrati is notionally halfway there.
You went top.
Top.
Yeah, that's Josh Utter-Leighton with his Knight of the Reliquary.
Yeah.
Another card that, I mean,
can go.
as good as Knight of the Reliquary, it seems
You
kind
gain
of
a
fair
life.
when you're
Extra survival
putting
targeting,
turn 3 Eldrazi's into
remand.
play.
Yeah, seems almost normal, which is bizarre.
Bizarre, 'cause that was one of the defining extended cards when Zoo was winning event after event on the GP circuit.
Estrati,
You still done?
full 7 cards.
Looks like a Noxious Revival. Play Pyromancer's
Prost
Ascension.
is going to go for it now that the first Engineered Explosive was cleared out of the way.
Okay, so you return the land as part of the cost.
And so Deprive says no.
How many cards do you need
Land
now?
goes back to hand,
No,
as
an
it
island.
must.
An island.
I will play Remand on the Pyromancer's Ascension.
So he's going to send Remand the Pyromancer's Ascension.
He's going to dispel the remand.
Yep. Hey, look at that. I thought there was no control. That was an actual counterspell war. How good was that?
And there's Splinter Twin. There's Double
Good.
Lightning Bolt.
Oh, wow.
Pact of Negation.
Oh,
Goodbye.
and there it is. Samuel Estrati, by 3 games to 1, gets into the Pro Tour Philadelphia semifinals.
Those are some sick
We're going to try to swing that camera over to watch Josh Utter-Layton's
Game 4
Game
against
4.
Portaro.
Thanks.
Goodness me.
There we go. And those guys are underway in Game 4 already, right? We're going to pick that up mid action.
So back to Josh Utter-Layton against Alessandro Portaro, the last of the quarterfinals. We're in business.
There's a
Spell Skyd in play for Portaro.
Looks like a
Knight of the
Tarmogoyf?
Reliquary.
Or is that Knight of the Reliquary? Yeah.
For Josh. And a Rising Canopy. It's got a Green Sun Zenith there. Dryad Arbor, Noble Hierarch. That looks like Green Sun Zenith for 2.
Go get a Kasali Pride Mage. Kill your Spellscape. Is that what he got? Yes. So we have not had a match go to 5 yet. Everything has been settled within 4 games, or exactly 4 games.
In the 4-game set.
I'll take one.
Killed the Spellskite with Kasali Pride Mage. And attacked for a little extra damage. I can't see how many lands are in his graveyard. Oh, and he extends the hand. Well, that was climactic not. There we go. Josh Utter-Layton wins 3 games to 1.
Just says.
Okay.
And have inside the
Portaro says, yeah.
inside the Blood Moon because you know that I have.
You
and,
know that I have. And
They are situational because if you have forest hierarchy,
Situational,
removal,
yeah.
when you
Alright.
start, you're not so good.
Last night the games I was most losing were the ones where I just like got randomly mised by Blood Moon. So
Yeah, when I was talking to Matt Nass, he said the Blood Moon was actually a pesky card for them in
Okay.
testing. But they still had Green Sun Zenith for Kasali Pride Mage.
so,
Well.
there you have it. We didn't see much of Game 4.
No,
But Josh will not care. It's fair to say.
this has been a very
luck for that.
fast format.
So, here we are again after 3-1, 3-1, 3-1, 3-1.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite as fast as I thought it might have been.
Well, it's because we stopped them and held them in between
No,
games.
no. I don't just mean that. But like Antonino De Rosa at the very start of this
Sure.
tournament, in round 1, he sits down and he's going, okay, land, Sakura Tribe Elder. That's his first 2 turns of the Pro Tour. And then on his left, he sees Blazing Shoal, discard Progenitors. Get rid of Progenitors, and that's 10 for you, so you're dead. That was turn 2. And on his right, there's Gorio's Vengeance with Emrakul for 15 on turn 3. And he's sitting there going, not sure this is the format for me, really. And he went at 5-0 in Modern. It was a great start to the weekend for him. But there are some blazing decks out there, quite clearly. So let's look at how the quarterfinals have ended up. We began with Max Sherblum with his Ascension against Chikara Nakajima with Affinity. And well,
the last 2 games of that, Chikara Nakajima just said, here are all my cards.
Yeah,
My cards are literally on the table.
Yeah.
All of them.
full up.
And hopefully I got another good one or 2 coming up.
And he did. Yes, he really did. I mean, he did very... Obviously, any time you drop the whole hand, it really is all in. It's eggs, basket, and one. But he drew very nicely from what we heard. We went into Atog and Fling in game 3, and then game 4 was Arcbound Ravager, deal with it. Arcbound Ravager, don't deal with it.
Right.
Thanks so much. But Sherbo, I'm sorry that we really haven't had a chance to look at Max Sherbo because he was so good through the Swiss. A Magic Online Pro Tour qualifier for this event, and former Finnish national champion, got to 12-0, swept the draft rounds, and did it in a what's seemingly effortless fashion. I was very, very impressed with him, and I'm really looking forward to seeing him later in the year when he comes back to the United States for San Francisco for Worlds. The big hurrah. So that was there. Then we have Istrati Prost, which we've just seen, finishing off. Istrati Twin gets through. So
Pact of Negation for the coup de grace.
for the win. Yeah, as we said, this year, next year, sometime never, for paying for the pact. Utter Leighton 3-1 again. The counter cat got through. And Matt Nass and co. will be rubbing their hands with glee because, well done, Jesse Hampton, making first top 8, the 22-year-old from Washington State. But 3-1, the mono blue poison deck got through. So our semi-finals will be Chikara Nakajima with Affinity, and he will play Samuel Estrada with Splinter Twin, and then in the bottom half you have Josh Utter-Leighton, the big clash, Josh Utter-Leighton of the United States with Counter Cat up against Sam Black with Poison. We'll let you work out what's going to happen in the break, because we're heading towards lunchtime. So the thing is, half of today's field now have left the stage. 4 remain, and we will see them after lunch. We've got a ton of great stuff to keep you entertained. We will see you in around about 60 minutes from now. That's the plan. So thanks for being with us through the quarterfinals. And what do you make of this? Do you reckon? I don't know. Do you think Josh is still in a great shape here?
Well, again, according to they were rooting for Josh and his team were rooting for Sam Black for multiple reasons. They'd like to see Sam do well, and they'd like to play against Sam in the semifinals.
Okay, well, as I say, we have a ton of great stuff to keep you entertained. We will see you in 60.